say, football fans, soccer fans, and Real Madrid fans too in Spain. Bobby Cardenas coming at you from Lancaster, California. Sunday evening, Mother's Day. I hope you all had a beautiful Mother's Day and were able to either speak with your mothers or, in fact, visit with your mothers or have brunch with your mothers, which is what I did with my family, with my mother today at a restaurant in Los Angeles called Lala. It's actually pretty good on Melrose. Never heard of it before. It's Argentinian. Empanadas. I drank some of their Quilmes beer. I've had that. That's why I wore the Spanish jersey. Just to remind them where the motherland is, okay? All right, anyway, I'm going to tell you some scores real quick, but then we're going to bring on that special guest that you and I love, the Professor Bobby, to talk about some refereeing points that came up today, and oddly enough, came up in one of my AFL games yesterday with my co-referee. Anyway, so right now I'm watching Man City and Arsenal, and I just realized Arsenal just tied it up 2-2. Wow. This is a huge game in the Barclays Premier League. Of course, Leicester City won the Barclays Premier League. We have to give them kudos, and they had their celebration yesterday at home after the Everton game, and they beat Everton. So today, West Ham lost to Stoke City. Who just let the dogs in? What's the matter with you? I'm working here. West Ham lost to Swansea City 4-1. Crystal Palace beat Stoke City 2-1. Bournemouth and West Brom drew 1-1. Man United went to Norwich and beat them 1-0. Very important for them. And Aston Villa and Newcastle drew 0-0. Newcastle may get relegated. They needed to beat Aston Villa today, who already is going to get relegated. And now, depending on what happens next week, oof. Anyway. Leicester, of course, they beat Everton 3-1. Then they celebrated. And then Middlesbrough... Slight pause for you. And Brighton drew. That was in the Championship division. So now Middlesbrough gets automatically promoted back to the BPL. And then that was all yesterday. And then today, Tottenham were beaten at home by Southampton 2-1. Liverpool beat Watford at home 2-0. And right now I'm watching Man City Arsenal. Real Madrid beat Valencia 3-2. Atletico won. And Barcelona won. So, and I've got to watch the Galaxy game that I recorded today. So, let us bring that very special guest of ours to talk to you about a refereeing point. It requires a slight wardrobe change. I shall be right back. Hold on. Give me a second. Watch it, Laura. I'm working here. Don't get in my way. Don't start barking, please. All right? Benji, you too. Get over there. Oh, you're on your bed? Oh, that's good. Wait a second. And this. And I gotta go. I'm almost okay. Coming. Oh, hold on. Let me straighten this out. I'm there. Okay. Here we go. Bobby Cardenas in the house. Professor Bobby Cardenas in the house. Oddly enough, it's like the other Bobby that was a second ago. Anyway, so okay. Today, in the Real Madrid game, there was an occasion where the referee sent off a player, showing him the red card. That was it's with my referee. Showing him the red card, boom, during the game. It was in the 82nd minute with 55 seconds. And let me tell you what the two announcers, Phil Shane and Ray Hudson, had to say about what just occurred. They're trying to figure out what the red card was for because they weren't really sure. Phil says to the player about the player that received the red card, he might have said something to James as he passed. Or maybe, as you see the assistant at the bottom referring to the replay, there was something that happened earlier. Ray Hudson replies, he can say what he likes to James. That's not going to get him a straight red card. I have no idea. Phil Shane says, well, there are certain magic words, and in Spain, and Ray cuts him off and says, not towards players, never towards players. To the referee, yes, but not towards players. He was arguing that you shouldn't get a red card, a send-off, if you say something bad to a player. Well, Mr. Ray Hudson, let me educate you on the point of law that says you are wrong. Do I have pipes or what? Okay. advice to referees, part of Law 12, dealing with misconduct, fouls, all that. 12.31, evaluating language. Because it states before that a sending off offense can occur to a player if he spits at an opponent or any other person, uses offensive, insulting, or abusive language, including nonverbal language or actions, or receives a second caution in the same match. They're referring to send-offs, specific ones, besides, of course, violent conduct and foul play, a serious foul play. Okay, the referee should judge offensive, insulting, or abusive language according to its content, the specific words or actions used, the extent to which the language can be heard by others beyond the immediate vicinity of the player, and whether the language is directed at officials, opponents, or teammates. In other words, the referee must watch for language that is personal, the player says it to himself and others, public, or provocative. In evaluating language as misconduct, the referee must take into account the particular circumstances in which the actions occurred and deal reasonably with language that was clearly the result of a momentary emotional outburst. In other words, we as referees, well, they as referees, because I'm not, this is not referee. If a player gets upset on the field because of something he did, he screwed up, miskicked something, blew a friggin' shot, whatever, and he cusses at himself, he uses a foul word, you know what, or but he says it towards himself as a referee when we realize that, and it's not so loud that other people can hear it. Then we cut him some slack. We might tell him, afterwards or during a stoppage of play, hey, watch the language or whatnot. But if a player says it to another player, hey, F you, what the F are you doing? Or to the referee, boom, he should get a send-off and a red card. Out of there. Vamonos. Oops, I just ripped. Vamonos. What the hell did I just... Anyway, so what happened in the AFL game yesterday, I was refereeing a game with another ref, relatively a new ref to our league. This is only his third game. And he's a certified ref, but his experience deals mostly with children or recreational leagues, not more competitive play. So during halftime, he came over to me and told me, because we discussed things during referees, he told me of a player that had said something to him very offensive. He asked him if he was effing blind about a call, I don't know what it was. And the referee said, he didn't want to really do anything, but I told him, no, you know what, let me tell you something. If that player ever says something to you, or any player ever tells you to F off, or he's questioning you and using that word, boom, you kick him out, you send him up with it. It's uncalled for. All right? And then, as the law states, if it were even to himself, but he says it so loud because he's being obnoxious, you send him off for that, which I've done in the past. I've done it with, let me tell you something. You have to deal with these players and let them know they can't conduct themselves like that. There's a certain way you handle yourself on the field. Even Dinklage knows that. By the way, speaking of Dinklage, I gotta go because Game of Thrones was on. I gotta go watch it. My wife is in the freezer right now. I don't know what the hell she's getting, but we gotta go over there and watch Game of Thrones. So, in the meantime, say no to racism. Will you quiet with the freezer because say no to racism. I'll do that again. There she goes. All right. I'm working here. Ooh. Here we go. And go USA! Always go USA. Ooh. Dinklage, I'm going to see you in a second. Talk to you.